In this video, we'll talk about marriage interview waivers. Marriage interview waivers are happening, so we'll talk about who's getting them and also a full update about other applications that are being processed really fast, like N400 interviews and other applications. So I'll see you on the other side. Hello everybody. In this video, we'll talk about marriage green card interview waivers. Those waivers are currently happening right now. Quite a few cases are being waived. In our office, also we got update from our Facebook group, members of the group that were reporting this, and also other colleagues. So I wanted to kind of put it all together in one video and give you a full update on this. And also a quick update about a few other adjudications that are happening at USCIS to give you an update on timelines of cases that are being processed in case it applies to you as well. Before we dive in, if you're here for the first time, make sure you subscribe to our channel, click that bell to be notified so you don't miss any of our videos, and also give us that big like so YouTube is going to be able to share this video with many people just like you. My name is Sapochnick, and I am an immigration attorney located in San Diego, California, and I represent clients in all 50 states, and I make those videos for viewers just like you. So let's talk about marriage interview waivers. As you know, I was the first to report about interview waivers back in April, if you remember, and we linked that video here as well, where I reported about our clients started to get interview waivers for adjustment of status, mostly employment-based. The beginning was employment-based. So USCIS started waiving those cases because, again, USCIS offices were closed and they had their own internal reasoning behind it. Again, there was never an official policy, there was never an update. This just started to happen. And then more and more attorneys and more clients were getting those notices, and it became kind of almost like a policy, not a policy, but almost like a matter of practice that they started waiving interviews. As you remember, back in the old days, a few years ago, employment-based cases never needed an interview. There was also, it was all done automatic. And since Trump came into office, some of the policy changes, they started to interview employment-based cases, which led to even more and more delays in the cases. However, in recent months, we've also seen marriage-based cases, like adjustment of status based on marriage, also getting waivers, which again was really surprising, but we also had those cases. I know quite a few colleagues were getting them, and members of our Facebook were reporting. So this is something that is happening right now, and more cases are being waived. Now, again, the reason behind it is that U.S. offices, as they're being reopened, the capacity to make those interviews under the COVID-19 regulations, and again, we've done a video where we kind of explained the reopening of USCIS offices, that there's a limited amount of people, you have to wait, you cannot be inside in the lobby, and all the different requirements. So as a result, their capacity to conduct interviews is also impacted. So it seems like they've been waiving interviews. The kind of interviews that we've seen being waived are the following. The first, we've seen couples that are married to military personnel. So when we have people that are in the military, we had quite a few cases. I don't know if it's intentional, but those are the ones that we've seen, and I wanted to report that back to you. If the U.S. citizen spouse is in the military, in Navy, Army, quite a few of those cases were also getting interview waivers. But again, remember, this is specifically for the first green card. When you have a green card and you're married less than 2 years, it's only a conditional green card. So I think the logic behind it is this: even if we waive the interview, the couple will need to be able to show the government, probably in less than 2 years, that they're still together, and most likely the same couple will be interviewed when they go to remove the conditional status of the green card, when they file form I-751. Then at that point, there will be an interview, because they didn't have an interview the first time. So it's not like they're never going to have an interview, in my mind. They will have an interview. So, and again, it's not something unreasonable. If they're trying to work with the backlogs, if they're trying to work with their system, even if they're waiving interviews right now, they will catch those couples and see them again in person when they go to remove the conditions. The second type of application that we've seen interview waivers are our clients that came to the U.S. on a fiancé visa. As you know, when you apply for a fiancé visa, it's quite of a lengthy process, and then the fiancé goes through an interview at the U.S. Embassy overseas before they get the fiancé visa, right? So the interview consists of questions about the relationship, very, very extensive evidence to show who they are, and fiancés will arrive to the U.S. for a 90-day period, and then they will marry the United States citizen and file their adjustment of status applications. In those cases, quite a few of those, they will file adjustment of status that are interview waivers. Again, perhaps USCIS is saying, we know cases that are a little bit less high risk because they've already been interviewed once by the U.S. Embassy, and now they're going to get their adjustment of status, and then they can get interviewed again when they remove the conditional status of the green card. So we may just skip that, save some time, and let them get the green card waived by mail. So that's another class of applicants that we've seen that they had their interviews waived because they already came here on the fiancé visa, and only then they had their adjustment of status. And finally, the last group of applicants that we've seen had interviews waived are those that have been married more than 2 years. So we have quite a few applicants that have been married 3, 4, 5 years, and then only then filed their adjustment of status. Quite a few of those cases also had their interviews waived. And again, maybe they are looking at those cases and they see the couple have been in a long-term relationship, and some of these cases have been chosen for interview waivers. Again, everything that I'm telling you is not a policy. I've never seen anything come from the USCIS in writing to state that that's the case, but that's just something that we've seen that happened in our office. We have reports in our Facebook group. We have more than 8,000 members, close to 8,000 members in that group. Once again, I encourage you to join the group if you want to see more of these back and forth and updates between members of the group. The link is in the description of this video. So again, these are some of the kind of case examples that we've seen, and the USCIS continues to send, again, the way it happens is that either the status will change online that the card is being produced, or most of the time it's just a green card that is being sent in the mail, and that's kind of how it is. So we'll see. Hopefully that will continue. Again, it's really going to help speed up the process and help people just not wait that long. The other thing that I want to mention in this video is the speed of processing. So for example, we have some examples here, some DACA cases that we filed. Some of these cases were filed in May, and they already have their approvals in June. So about a month wait. And quite a few of those cases are here, about a month wait for DACA. And here we have an N400. There's a notice for an interview for somebody that filed beginning of 2020. We have cases from the end of 2019 that are getting their interviews just now. That's a good sign. So interviews are coming for N400s, for cases that were filed late 2019, beginning 2020, and DACA approvals are getting really, really fast within a month or so. That's good news. Also, I-90 applications to renew green cards, we've seen those in our office that have been approved in 30 days or less. I-90 applications are being really, really speed up, specifically in California, and we also have one case in the East Coast as well. So this is just some updates about interview waivers. A lot of these marriage case interviews are being waived, and we hope to see more of those. And also, some applications are being processed really fast, like DACA renewals. We're starting to finally get N400 interviews being scheduled for our cases that were filed early in the year, late last year. And finally, I-90 applications to renew green cards are going really, really fast. So some good news to report here. Let's hope for more good news coming up. Once again, thank you for watching. If you're here for the first time, do not forget to subscribe to our channel, click that bell to be notified, and give us that big like so that YouTube will be able to share that video with more people just like you. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in our next video. Hey friends, we're not done yet. If you want to continue to learn more about immigration, click right here, continue to watch our playlist, and learn more about the videos that we have to offer. So what are you waiting for?